Am I crazy for drinking coffee when it's like 100 degrees outside? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another day. It might look different because I'm not in my usual setup, but I'm not stepping in there because it's pretty much a fucking oven. It's hot as fuck. Even though I'm drinking coffee when it's like 100 degrees outside, that's unbearable. Even with the fan, like, I just couldn't stay in there because I was just sweating. My MacBook, my camera, everything was just getting hot, and like I had to step out. It took me a minute to set up that little room, but it is what it is. We just gotta work with what I got around, and I got pretty much good scenery around me, so I'm not complaining, right? I know I told you guys on yesterday's video that I was going to bring you guys along my morning routine when it comes to the trades I take in the morning, but I'm gonna explain why I didn't do it and the message that I want to give you guys as well with that, right? So I realized I was like, I'm going to pick up the camera, I'm going to go on my run, but then when it comes to trading, I already know on Tuesdays with no news, I don't take no trades. By this time, you guys can look at the chart and look at the crazy ass price action. That's the reason why I do not take no trades on a no news Tuesday. Setups sometimes present themselves, and I mean, you'll just get trapped in some sort of fucking reversal chop. Like, I just don't trade on Tuesdays with no news. And I was just I was just telling myself, like, if I pick up the camera and I'm recording my run, my morning routine, when I'm on the call with the team, like, I'm going to try to force something because I mean, I want to perform for you guys, right? Like, I want to show you guys what I just really want to show you guys what it is, right? Like, I really want to bring you guys along and like show you guys my trades, show you guys everything. But I caught myself in that moment of like, there's no need to take a trade today. That's why I held myself back on recording everything. And yeah, I mean, it's part of my trading psychology. I understand what triggers my undisciplined self when it comes to the charts, and I just stay away. Now, to give you guys the message that I really portrayed for those in the Discord, it was like, you cannot be performing without purpose. If you cannot hold yourself back from taking a trade right now because you feel like you have to execute, you have to perform, or you have to do something in order to feel accomplished for the rest of your day, find something away from the charts that gives you that same reward. Most of the time we take trades out of the dopamine rush that we need. It's not really because we see a setup or anything. It's like being impatient. When I first started, like, being impatient, just trying to take a trade off of market open when there was nothing presented, like, just being impatient really cost me a lot, but it also taught me a lot. Man, I need my coffee to function. But yeah, understanding that performing without a purpose was something that really changed my psychology when it came to trading. If I was trying to, let's say, have a specific amount of money that I wanted to make in a day, but I was not able to do it, I would really just feel that I was unfulfilling my purpose, and I was not executing to my fullest potential. And understanding if, like, I couldn't be productive today on the charts, but there's something that I can do to get better and still get that same feeling, that same dopamine rush of like, damn, I did something great that is setting me further out and not putting me 20, 30 steps backwards. Because I've been in your shoes. Like, when I first started, I wanted to take a trade every day because I felt like I was going to stay stuck in the same position. I was not going to change my life. Like, if I didn't take a trade today, there was not going to be an opportunity tomorrow. And it's hard. But once you understand that you don't need to be taking a trade every day, you don't need to be forcing an outcome every day, and you find an alternative to fulfill that dopamine rush that you need. Because when we're trading in the morning, most of you guys are just fucking dopamine addicts and you just want to fucking take a trade just for the simple fact of like, I need to be in a trade. And then like I like to call this shit pretty much post nut clarity. Like, bro, once you fuck around and you take that losing trade or you take a winning trade and you get that clarity, that realization of like, damn, like even though you won, it was not a good setup. And the same thing if you lose, like you're like, damn, like I shouldn't have done this. I should have waited. There was nothing for me to even take, you know? But it really is just that. It's that mental aspect of like you feel the need to perform every morning because if you don't, you miss out. That's part of FOMO, and people don't talk about that. The fear of missing out is not just about missing out in profits, it's about missing out in performing and missing out in that chemical reaction of, damn, I'm in a trade, you know? Like, it's more things to it. But throughout your journey, you uncover these things. I really want to tell you guys just because the roller coaster is going down does not mean it's not going to fucking go up. You gotta take your time with this shit. It's going to take a while. Right now, I'm pretty much in the evaluation stage. I've already got funded. I already got in a payout on my live account and with the prop firm. I know what I'm doing, and I've only been doing this for 9 months. The only thing that pretty much brought my roller coaster down was losing my job. That was the only thing because I'm a father. The reason why I'm drinking coffee is because I have a 3 year old that is always full of energy, that always wants to play. I love my son. But yeah, being a father and understanding that, like, shit, what's next? You know, like, it's not just me living with my parents, like, everything is easy. Like, oh, yeah, like, I could spend my last 50 on an eval. I can spend my last check on the fucking live account or whatever, right? I had many things that I had to conquer first in order to get into in order to get back into my rhythm, right? Like many things came before this. But like I'm telling you, patience. Patience and perseverance is what's going to get you to the next level. If it wasn't for my faith, if it wasn't for God testing me and showing me that I had to be patient, I was always praying for patience, for strength, for courage. It comes to you in a different form, not the way you want it. If you want to be patient, it's going to be crazy. Like I was tested with a lot of setbacks, but I persevered because I was patient and I had faith, right? It's a different journey for everybody, but I really want to tell you guys, you're not alone in this process. There's so many people in my community that have gotten payouts, that have been funded, that are funded, that still fall back, you know, because they can't conquer that mental aspect of themselves. It's not just about the charts. It's just there's a bigger picture to everything. And once you come to that realization, like everything just becomes easy. It's just like everything in life, bro. You need experience. You need many mistakes to finally start winning, to not commit the same mistake. And I always say, like, you really got to understand yourself, you know, like if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, like if there's self-doubt, for me when it came to recording, like I wasn't as confident as I am now, right? And self-doubt was always my biggest hater, and it was myself telling me like, you can't do this, it's not for you, it's nerve-wracking. Like I was my biggest hater. And same thing when it came to trading, like if something didn't go my way or like I was lost and I couldn't understand what was going on, like I was my biggest hater. But once I fixed my internal dialogue and my inner relationship, I mean, shit, everything just started getting better. You know, it's a slow process, and I'm not here to tell you guys like, oh, you're gonna do it in 2 months, 3 months. It took me 8 months. Most of my friends that I made along this journey have told me like, bro, you did this shit quick as fuck. Like I got a couple friends that have been doing this shit for a couple years and they barely got around a handful of payouts. And they told me like if I was in the mental space that you're in now, I would be so ahead. And like it just inspires me because I know where I'm headed, but at the same time I'm still a beginner in this, you know, like I still need more time in the game to understand how to get to the next level, you know? I always like to use basketball like an example for everything that I say with trading. I was never I never got to the point where I'm at now I want to say I'm a little bit rusty right now, but I never got to the best version of myself in basketball just because I rushed the process. It took me a good amount of months, and I want to say a year into my basketball journey to become the captain of my basketball team as a sophomore, and I was just the captain for the rest of the years because I put in the work. As a freshman, I was just working hard, and I was doing all these things. I was perfecting my craft, and I feel like my resilience and my work ethic from that translated into trading. I don't know. I feel like the trading community is full of athletes, bro. Them hoop dreams was not possible, so we just started looking at the charts, right? But yeah, with that being said, like it takes time to become a professional in this industry and in anything in life. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be a content creator, like it takes a lot of failure to find your rhythm. For me, there's a lot of videos that perform greatly, and then there's videos that don't even perform good, and I put more effort into it. And all of that is just data, like I got some reels that go over 1,000 views, and then I got some that stay at 100 or less than 100. But it's all about trial and error. It's not always going to be easy, but consistency and patience, pair those things together and you're going to get farther out. Like I told you guys, I don't really want to make these videos too long because there's many things I still got to do. Today's trading day, it was crazy. I don't really know what happened today. Like I told you guys, no news Tuesdays just tend to be all over the place. I really just don't understand it. But the thing with me is like if I don't understand something, I want to make sure I find the answer to it. Like you can never leave a crack because if you can't fucking patch that shit up, bro, it's going to destroy your whole foundation. Like it's really just going to bring everything down if you don't fix those cracks. But yeah, I mean, going back into the charts, analyzing everything, I'm $1,500 away from passing this eval, and then we're going from there. I want to really max allocate myself with Top Step, and I was thinking too, like I already got a payout with Top Step. You guys can go check the latest video. Like I got like $900 with Top Step, but with the current situation about their accounts getting hacked and all that shit, like I'm just thinking about probably switching to my funded futures. Why the fuck I grab that shit like that? The reason why I like my funded futures more, it's because it's just $100, right? The starter plus I think it's like 100 or like 80 or 90 with the promo codes and shit. But there's no activation fee. The bad thing with that is like you can only max allocate with them for like I think it's 3 accounts. Like that's the max accounts you can have with them and copy trade them. And they cap you out at I think like the payout thing is like maxed out to like 1,200 a week. So I'm still thinking about switching because if I really think about it, if I want to get at least, if I do the math, like if I do 3 accounts with my funded futures, that's $300. One account with Top Step is $200. It's $50 to get the eval, and then 150 for the activation. So it's like a total of 200. I mean, if I want to get 5 accounts, it's gonna be over $1,000. But what I'm thinking is like getting an eval passed first, getting a payout, and then using the payout to activate all the accounts and just copy trade them, right? But I'm still thinking about that. The thing with Top Step is like I'm still hearing things like they're still having issues with that. Like it hasn't been resolved. I'm not 100% sure about that. I just heard about it, but I run no danger with that because I recently changed all my cards, and the information that they have is like my old credit card. So I should be good, right? That's why I want to change to my funded futures or try a different prop firm. But still, like if I go with Apex, like you still have activation fees, and then I think what is the other one? There's another one that doesn't require activation fee, but they're like a little bit more expensive. But still, like, I'm just thinking about what what's the next step. I think I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but the next step right now is to pass these accounts. Might not trade for the rest of the week, depending on what happens throughout London session. I did like the price action from London session. That was the main reason why I didn't take a trade today, because London session did what I wanted for NQ to do yesterday. I was very bearish at market open for Monday, but we ended up getting a push higher to take out. I think we tapped into the weekly gap, and then London session was just fucking crazy. It just that was nice, you know, and it ended up hitting one of my levels on the 4 hour time frame, and then that was pretty much it. Like, my level was already hit, so like I just gotta see how the day ends today and what happens with price action throughout London session, and then I'll make the decision, right? That's how the way I trade, you know. I'm not there just looking at what happened right now. If anything got hit, there's no reason for you to be forcing a trade. I really want you guys to understand that, and I share this with the people in the community. It's like, if you have a specific level, if you understand liquidity, if you understand how, just understanding liquidity and order flow, if a high time frame level got hit, stay away from the charts. Don't trade. Just look at what the price action is doing after taking out that higher time frame level. But if you guys want more game when it comes to the charts, I hold these calls with the team every weekend. I really don't want to break down anything on. I think I already said this on the previous video, but I don't really want to break no trades. I don't really want to break down no trades unless like if I'm recording like the live stream in the morning, like I'll break down the trade right there and I'll have a clip here for you guys. But I don't really want to go too much in depth with the trade breakdowns here, because it makes the video even longer, and then like I'm trying to find like where can I fit this in the video, and then it just takes me off like my whole rhythm. Like right now I'm cool recording these sit down video for you guys, then probably just like I told you guys, just bring you guys along the morning and slowly but surely start to incorporate my daily routine and all these things. But for right now, I just really want to focus on this and then get my content a little bit better, and then just go from there. I want to get back in the flow of like recording videos and shit, because we're so close to reaching 800 subscribers. I took like, I think I wasn't recording for like a whole month, and it's crazy because I could have been at 900 or 1,000 subscribers by now, right? But like I told you guys, many setbacks just got in the way, and I don't really want my personal life to interfere when it comes to my content, right? Because this content is just about trading. At the same time, I also share a lot of like personal experiences with you guys, but mainly I want to keep this away from like my personal life for right now, because I don't want it to interfere with the content, right? But with that being said, boys, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Let's make it happen. Let's have a great day tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.